I think in response to the pandemic, you see that many people work together, cooperate together in order to prevent and protect themselves from COVID-19. And indeed, what we find is that, for example, in some of the countries, for example, in mainland China, we have data to show that people become more higher, they hold higher identification with their nation. And also, actually, people who hold higher national identity, they engage more in preventive behaviors. So we see a actually reciprocal effect in terms of having higher national identity. They're more likely to engage in preventive behaviors, and the more they engage in preventive behavior, the higher they became, or the higher they identify with their nation. So we saw that in China, and I think there are some data coming out of New Zealand as well. And but other places might not necessarily be the same. But what we find so far is higher national identity is related to higher preventive behaviors towards COVID-19. So I think that might suggest that in order to prevent the disease, people cooperate more. People are more likely to help out each other, and then as a result, it increases the cohesion of the group. What I can see is actually, on the one hand, it's nice to have a higher group cohesion, but I also can see a downside of it if it's too extreme. So if you are so nationalistic in the sense that you only favor your in-group, but not, willing to help our group. Actually, this is a classic phenomena when there are a lot of, disease around, or there are high probability of contracting infectious disease. Many groups become more closed off. They don't want to reach out to strangers or people of the other group, people that they are not familiar with, because they are so afraid of contracting the disease. So some of these actually you might see happening when there are people from a place where the contagion, the infection rate is high. People might be more worried about people coming from those regions. I think compassion is very important under this time. Compassion towards not only your own in-group, but also compassion to people from the other group, people that you don't know of. Also, I think nowadays we can communicate. I think technology is coming to our rescue, or coming to rescue us a lot under these widespread pandemic. People are, very afraid to travel. We're still, many of us cannot move from country to country, but still, because of the technology, I can talk to you now. Yeah, through Zoom or through this internet platform. And so instead of really meeting in person or meeting people in person, we can still rely on the technology to communicate. I think one very important thing is to keep communicating with other people, and especially people from other countries, other cultures. I think being, compassionate and being understanding, and don't stop communicating, and also don't stop communicating with people that you're not familiar with, or people who hold a different views. And I think this is the time when many people are under stress and under insecurity, and it's very easy to shut other people off and shut, especially those who you are not familiar with or who hold a very different views.